If you're new to Klaviyo, everything is going to be overwhelming. So in this video, I'm going to be breaking down the 4 core components that you need to understand so that you can become proficient inside of Klaviyo. And these 4 things are lists, metrics, properties, and segments. Once these click in your head, everything is going to become easy. Okay, so the first thing that you need to understand is the core components: lists, metrics, properties, and segments. Do not worry if this has gone over your head. I don't expect you to understand this the first time. I'm going to go onto Klaviyo and I'm going to show you where everything is so that you can get comfortable, and I'm going to explain each one of these one by one. So first of all, lists. By the way, Klaviyo on the left panel, there's going to be a lot of stuff, and most of this you don't need to touch, right? So for lists, we simply want to go down to audiences, click on lists and segments, and here you can see your lists, right? So what a list is basically just a static list of emails and phone numbers. It's not dynamic, like you can't set rules, or it's not something that automatically goes up and down. The only way to remove someone from a list is either you manually remove them or they unsubscribe from a list. So lists are static. I want you to think, when I say list, I want you to think of a physical list, all right, handwritten. It's hard to erase, it's hard to take out, and it's hard to add in. That's lists. Now, next you have metrics. Metrics are basically actions that people can take. Metrics can be divided into email metrics, such as opening an email, receiving an email, clicking on an email, and it can also be website metrics. For example, someone adds to cart, or someone views a product page, or someone starts the checkout process. Those are website metrics. You also have other metrics like custom metrics for certain apps or whatever. Don't focus on that. Just let's keep it simple. You have email metrics that are specific to emails on Klaviyo, and you have metrics, which Klaviyo will show you as well, which are website metrics, because your Shopify is going to be integrated with Klaviyo, so you're going to be getting that data as well. Then you have properties. Now, properties are, you could say, little tags added onto profiles by Klaviyo. So for example, let's say this profile has tags here, custom properties. Sorry, not tags, property. They are basically the same thing. But yeah, properties, for example, Klaviyo, whenever a profile is created, you have the property, the created date property, so that this will allow you to make segments or make flows based on when a profile was created. Don't worry about this yet. Just understand that properties are just simple little tags added onto profiles, which will allow you to personalize. Then you have segments. Segments are, I would say, the most useful, the most functional. You can use them when sending campaigns. You can use them when setting up flows. And segments are basically flexible lists. You know, when I said lists is like a physical sheet of paper with a list of names, you could say. Segments are dynamic. You can think of it as a digital screen with a list of names, and a list of names and emails and phone numbers constantly changes depending on the definitions you have set in your segment. So let me just show you. If you go to segments, and let's say would you create a segment, all right, let's just call this created in the last 30 days and opened an email 2 times. That's just a random segment. So what you can do with segments is, by setting up the definition of a segment, you can use all of these lists, metrics, and properties to group people. So for example, created in the last 30 days would be properties about someone, created in the last 30 days, another condition, and select and opened an email 2 times. So now we're going to give you a metric. So this is a property, this is a metric. By combining the two, we can create specific groups of people. Opened email is at least 3 times. When you start making segments, you will get a lot more familiar with all of these drop-down options that you have. So don't worry if you see me going so fast and you're like, how is it doing this? Don't worry, it will come with time. 2 times, all time. It's good. So yeah, as you can see, segments are made up of definitions, which is basically a combination of rules that would set what property should the profile have, what metrics should the profile have done, and we can also do what list the person is in. So, and person, if someone is in a list or not, is inside newsletter. Okay, so yeah, these are the core components which will allow us to send campaigns to specific type of people, set up flows that can be super personalized, and yeah, these are the core components.